We can start. Good evening, everyone. I call to order the City Council regular session, March 18, 2019, 6 o'clock p.m. at the City Municipal Building. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Janet, take the roll call, please.
Alderpersons Goodhue.
Here.
Hanson.
Here.
Plum.
Here.
Marty.
Here.
Panaleo.
Here.
Robinson.
Here.
Mayor Hilson.
Here.
Police Commander Schley.
Here.
Street Superintendent Barry.
Here.
Thank you, Janet. Approval or correction of minutes for the meeting held on March 4, 2019, regular session.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for March 4th, 2019. I'll second it.
Any questions or comments? Janet, take the vote, please.
Hanson.
Yes.
Plum.
Yes.
Marty.
Yes.
Panaleo.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Goodhue.
Yes.
Thank you, Janet. Motion passed. Petitions and communications, citizen comment. Discussion of any topic brought before the council during petitions and communications. And I believe we have someone that would like to speak. Sherry Baumgart.
To introduce myself, I'm Sherry Baumgart, and I live at 233 South Pier Street in the city of Adams. And there's a couple things that I kind of want to bring up to the council that have been bothering me for a couple of years. I know I have called the city police department, but our alleys look atrocious. And I know it isn't because of spring cleanup, it has just been every season all year long. And I know there is an ordinance, 836, talking about when the time is for collection and where they're supposed to be put out into the alley and when they're supposed to be brought back into the properties. And we're talking about the right-of-way, and anything that's outside the fence, I believe, is the right-of-way of the alley. If it's not within the property, then it would be not in the homeowner's yard. So in our alley, which is between Pierce and Walker, and Pierce Street, we got it all together. Walker doesn't seem to have it together. And I've complained for at least 2 years that people will put their refuse out and keep stacking it all week long. They do not, even their recyclables, which are only supposed to be every other week. And so things just keep piling and piling. It can be anywhere from furniture. I know some of the landlords, I had to call them to kind of get all the refuge taken out of their properties. I mean, they know that I'm kind of like the complainer of the block, but it just seems that the city of Adams is not taking pride like we used to into our own properties. And to me, that really saddens me. I know that and I don't know if it's sometimes I talk to a homeowner behind me and they just moved in and I don't think he was aware that there was an ordinance, to it. And so if he had gotten a letter or anything, because I had called the city police many times to see if these people could be notified of their garbage, pickup. And he said he was never notified. So I would hopefully, that is a citywide problem. That's not in my alley, but also on the other side of town and elsewhere. So if you could just take alley runs, come Friday, Saturday. Our pickup is on Thursdays. So the refuse is supposed to be out Wednesday evening and should be picked up, Thursday night. But come Saturday, the stuff is still out there, okay? The other thing is I had a question because a couple years ago we had the telephone poles changed in the alleys. And they were supposed to replace our the old telephone poles. And once those were switched over, the old poles were supposed to be removed, from the alleys. And I know mine has not been removed. And I see by the laundromat on Main Street that theirs is just chopped off halfway up and has not been removed. So I didn't know if that was an ongoing thing or if that's going to be addressed. The third thing that I have is there was also an ordinance, which I understand, the alternate parking. And I had an incident this year, and it was, yes, my stepdaughter's fault that she did not move her car, but when we looked at the ticket, she goes, when am I supposed to pay this? And I'm looking and looking and looking, I go, I don't know, pay it your next paycheck. It doesn't say anything on there, so, but I was very shocked that within 4 days I got a letter that my fee went up $5. So I'm like, there's nothing on the ticket, and the ordinance, I mean, they're right on it within, I get a letter, but yet nobody's gotten a letter about the garbage. So I'm just rather confused on why some ordinances are followed and some ordinances are not. But I have no problem with the ticket, I just want to make sure that there's a due time, whether it be, 72 hours or 24 hours that the ticket should be paid. I just did not notice that there was a time limit before the fee went up. So I guess that's all I have to say, and so thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I address that?
And I'll make a comment too.
I did, I got your call the other day, and I did address about the alleyway, and talked to Barry about, part of it is what is the alleyway, what actually defines it, and where is the alleyway. If it's in the alleyway, we can enforce it. It's on their property, and it's in a container, and it looks presentable, there's nothing we can enforce it. Even if it's on their property, you may think it's in the alley, but it's on their property line, that's something we have to just find out exactly where the property line is. As in for that old black one, since I've been here, I have issued property maintenance in that alleyway for people with their containers out of the fence and keeping their out early, so I have been doing that. But also with property maintenance, things get prioritized. Unfortunately, crime takes precedence over property maintenance. We've been extremely busy the last few months, so I understand that garbage out and property maintenance is something you guys want to enforce, and we're working on it. But also, felonies and misdemeanors take precedence over property maintenance. And we're a small department, we're doing the best we can. We've been extremely busy with investigations. We're a record-setting pace for cases. So it's something we are looking at, we're doing the best we can. We talked about, as soon as I got your message, I just happened to be here and we talked about that, and it's something we actually have to figure out where the alleyway starts and what its property line. So it's something we're looking into. And with parking tickets, those were made before I was here. Next time we get some made, that's something we'll put on there about when they're due. That should be on there, and I agree with you on that. So that's something that in the future we'll definitely look at when we get them printed. Make sure they're on there. I'll even tell the guys maybe we can pay within 2 days, right, so they're on the ticket, so people know. So.
And if I could just raise the alleyway again, I know that you trimmed the trees in front of my house because I was very upset that you guys trimmed my trees last year because I keep them well maintained. And, but the alleyways are not trimmed. And I have a brand new car, and my neighbors, I actually had to come trim the trees in the alley so my car would not get scratched. So if you're worried about the vehicles on the main roads, then we do need to address the tree trimming within the alleys because there's brush sticking out and the cars are, going to be getting hit. So we could look at that as well. I mean, I can't do me and my neighbor, but I don't want to do my whole alley.
Normally, when we trim trees on streets, we also go down and trim trees in alleys and bushes in alleys. I know we have, so, but I'll look into that too. The other thing in regards to the light poles, I will talk to Power and Light Company and find out what their plans are, but I can look into that also and just make the phone call and ask the question too, so.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving along, report of standing committees. Anyone have any questions on anything?
I just have one correction on the public works.
It goes with your public works approval
Okay,
and minutes.
yeah, that would be all. You want comments though about the 3 different committees, either personnel, public works, or fire?
Right, if there's anything, if you have any questions on anything, or you have anything on fire district?
Yeah, I just wanted to make a quick note, and hopefully Bill's gonna followed up and gotten some additional information, but at our meeting Thursday, it was outside of the 10 calls that the fire department did over that month, that there was an incident where snowmobiles went into the water, and Cleveland went and contacted Strong's Prairie and got their water rescue boat and brought that out there immediately. And he and Tim Flannery went out in the water and rescued 4 men's lives. So I just want to give them recognition for what they did. I mean, I realize that's part of their job, but that was incredible. 2 of the guys had made it to an island, and the other 2 were floating on a piece of ice. So want to give them recognition for that.
See that the fire department was also involved in a rescue during the flood.
Yeah, there was a rescue during the flooding too. Outside of that, everything else is moving along.
Okay, well, thank you, Bobby. Report of city officers. Well, I would like to urge everyone to continue to be safe, and spring is only 2 days away, and we're supposed to have warmer, nicer weather, and be on the lookout for children at play, and watch them in the morning and in the afternoons when they're getting on and off the school buses. And I know I say this every time, but this is kind of my pet peeve, stop signs. Please stop at all the stop signs. It's amazing the amount of people that don't do this. And it's kind of unnerving at times. It's very dangerous. Especially when the snow piles are so high at the intersections, it's hard to see. Because I noticed if I drove my wife's car, you are so much lower, and with the snow banks at the intersections, it was very hard to see. You almost had to stop and then pull out into the intersection and stop so you could look both ways to see if someone was coming, as opposed to my pickup truck, which is higher. So please, just stop at all the stop signs and pay attention for children. And now that the weather is going to be warmer, pay attention to pedestrians and bicyclists are going to be out using the roadways. So just please be safe. And watch for the floodwaters, because there are some streets that are still closed within town. And Bob can talk about that when he gives his report. So just be extra cautious. Thank you. Okay, police department update, Commander Schley.
Continue to stay busy. I would like to introduce our new officer, Amanda Reimer. I want her to stand up and we'll talk about herself.
Hi, I met some of you.
Hello.
I'm Amanda. I'm from Austin. I've been in law enforcement for 3 years. I worked for the city of Reedsburg before this, and I was at corrections before that. So that's where I'm at. Now I'm here. I'm happy to be here.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's about it. Keep it short and sweet.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Public Works Department update, Mr. Barry.
Last week was a rather interesting week, as I think we all found out. We had quite a few issues with water on roads. We had quite a few storm drains that were plugged and froze with ice through the course of the week, between dumping salt in them, trying to get all the snow and ice off of them. And we did wind up having to Thursday afternoon go out with a jetter to try and unthaw 6 of them, which we managed to get in a fairly short period of time. By Friday morning, all storm drains were flowing, other than one down by Rogers Corner, and that basically flows into what we call a French drain. It's just basically a big pit in the ground where the water will slowly seep into the ground. That one finally did break late Friday afternoon. The other major street we had problems with was on State Street between College and Kenwood Street. Was completely underwater. When you got to the middle, it was probably about a foot deep. It was going up into the 2 yards. There really was nothing that we could do with that. I actually met with Roger down there looking at it, trying to determine is there anything we could do. There's no place we could have pumped it to because there were no drains other than the French drains down by Rogers Corner, and that just would have compounded the problem down there. So we just kind of let it be. It finally, in the yards, the moisture and the water finally did open the ground up. Frost came out, so they drained down. It's pretty decent now today. I'm going to be taking the water over road signs down from there tomorrow. The other section that is still closed that we got a lot of problems with is Cedar Street between North Street by the community center and Lincoln Street. And the reason I've still got that road closed is because the potholes are so deep, they're still covered in water. Until more of the snow melts and those potholes aren't full of water anymore, there's not a thing we can do with them. I don't want the city to get liability if a little car were to hit one of those potholes and damage something. That's why I've got that road is still closed, and it probably will be for a couple more days yet until the water goes and we can get in there and fill those potholes. I had the guys out Friday filling some potholes. They'll probably be out the rest of this week working on filling potholes. They're terrible all over town. Most of you know that all you gotta do is drive the streets. All in all, in reality, the city fared pretty decent compared to other areas, other municipalities. Clover is still underwater at this time. The county's got lots of roads still closed out in town, so in reality, the city fared pretty decent. That's pretty much what I got right now. So.
Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Berry. Okay, moving on to new and unfinished business. Item number 1. Award of bid on Kenwood Subdivision Street Project. Can I have a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to award that to Gerke.
I'll second it. Any questions or comments? Okay, Janet, take the vote, please.
Plum,
Yes.
Marty,
Yes.
Panaleo,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Goodhue.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Janet. Motion passed. Item number 2. Approve transfer of certificate of deposit balance to Kenwood subdivision account, Burt Morris account.
I'll make a motion to transfer the certificate of deposit back to the checking account, Burt Morris checking account, thank you.
I'll second it.
Okay, any questions or comments?
How much is that certificate?
$1
$1 million, I
Yeah.
believe, yeah.
And we earned interest on it with the CD,
Yeah.
and now we need to put it back in the checking account.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Janet, take the vote, please.
Marty,
Yes.
Panaleo,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Goodhue.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Plum.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Janet. Motion passed. Item number 3. Approve chlorine tank repair costs from inspection, FRP Company.
I'll make a motion to approve the chlorine tank repair.
I'll second that. Okay, any questions or comments?
Can we make sure we put a top bid of
Like
5,000
a
on that?
cap on
please?
the 5,000.
Not to exceed 5,000.
Yep.
I was gonna say, the original bid was $5,000 with the inspection.
Yes.
So we already paid $1,600,
Here's 1,800.
or $1,800,
Yes.
excuse me, so, so 32 for the repair. And making sure that's loaded that way.
Okay. Janet, take the vote, please.
Can,
Oh,
can you just read that motion back? There's all kinds of conversation going on.
It's the motion not to exceed 5,000
For the repair.
for the repair of
Okay, thank you.
the chlorine tank.
Okay, Janet, take the vote, please.
Panaleo,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Goodhue.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Plum.
Yes.
Marty.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Janet. Motion passed. Item number 4, approve purchase of loader forks.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the loader forks.
I'll second that.
Okay, any questions or comments? Okay, Janet, take the vote, please.
Robinson.
Yes.
Goodhue.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Plum.
Yes.
Marty.
Yes.
Panaleo.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Janet. Motion passed. Item number 5, approve purchase of air compressor for the Public Works Department.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the air compressor. We, maybe, got a cheaper price, so we went with the
How, Bob, maybe you could explain the difference, because we don't have that information in the.
Janet found, went online and found one through Tractor Supply that's actually cheaper than the one Public Works had recommended, and it's actually a little bigger and more powerful air compressor. So I'm gonna be looking into Tractor Supply. We may have to drive up and pick it up, but it's still gonna be a couple $100 cheaper. Instead of a 5-horse, it's a 7.5 horse, and it's got more CFM than the other one did, so I agreed that this would be the one to go with, so.
And that was for the $1,899.99?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Nice job, yeah.
I know.
okay, any other questions or comments?
Did somebody second that?
I'll second it.
Okay, we'll second. Okay.
Wow.
Janet?
Matt can have it.
Janet, take the vote, please.
Goodhue,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Plum,
Yes.
Marty,
Yes.
Caleo,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Janet. Motion passed. Item number 6. Change date or combine April 1, 2019 regular session with April 16, 2019 organizational meeting due to spring election held on April 2nd, 2019.
I'll make a motion to combine April 1st regular session with April 16th organizational meeting due to the spring election.
I'll second that.
Okay, any questions or comments?
And just so everybody makes note, that's on a Tuesday,
Right.
April 16th, instead of normal Monday.
Okay. Janet, take the vote, please.
Hanson,
Yes.
Plum,
Yes.
Marty,
Yes.
Caleo,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Goodhue.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Janet. Motion passed. Item number 7. Combine April 15, 2019 mid-month regular session with organizational meeting April 16, 2019.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Okay, any questions or comments? Okay, Janet, take the vote, please.
Plum,
Yes.
Marty,
Yes.
Caleo,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Goodhue,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Janet. Motion passed. Item number 8, approve the payment of the bills.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second.
Okay, any questions or comments? Okay, Janet, take the vote, please.
Marty,
No.
Caleo,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Goodhue,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Plum.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Janet. Motion passed. Okay, I need a motion for adjournment of the meeting.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Okay, Janet, take the vote, please.
Caleo,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Goodhue,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Plum,
Yes.
Marty.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Janet. Motion passed, and thank you, everyone, for being here tonight.